Once again, thanks for joining JayArtz class. Today is our third episode and we are going to reveal the different kinds of shadings. So if it's your first time joining us, I kindly ask you to subscribe, share, and like our videos. And I hope you're not going to regret that. If it's your first time, you can press the notification button, so whenever we drop new video, you will be the first person to get it right away. So we're not wasting much time, let's hit into the classroom. There are so many kinds of shadings. Today, we are going to reveal 10 of them. And the first one is called hatching. Hatching. Hatching is a kind of shading whereby we use straight lines to indicate our light and dark. So where the lines are more closer shows the dark side, and where the lines are more open with spaces shows the light side. So let's have a look at it. So as you can see, my lines are very close. That is where my dark source is. So as I'm going up, I open up the lines, and that is where my light source is. So you can see where there's more dark, the lines are very close, and where there's more light, the lines are very open. So this is called hatching. So now let's see the next one. The next one is crosshatch. It's just similar to the hatching, so it's crosshatch. So let's have a look at how the crosshatch also works. Okay, the crosshatch is a kind of shading whereby we cross the line together. So we have vertical and horizontal, which cross each other. But where there's more light, there's more space. And where there's more dark, the lines are more closer. So let's have a look at it and see how it works as well. Okay, so crosshatch, let's write the name here, crosshatch. Okay, so the cross hatching goes this way. So I have my lines, so as you can see, I want my dark side, so the lines are very close. And as it comes to the top where there's more light, the lines are very open. The spaces are more open. So you can see my dark side and you can see my light side. So this is what we call the crosshatch. Okay. So now let's see the next one. Now, our next one is Securism, whereby we use circles to create our shading. We use circles to create our shadings. So let's have a look at it. Say Securism. Okay, so this is how it works. We use circles. Where there is more dark, the circle composure is more, and where there is more light, the circles are more opened. So let's see how it works. So you can see I'm drawing my circle. So my dark side, the circle are more closer. It's also a kind of shading where a lot of people would like to know more about it. They will know how to use it. So as I get going, my circle becomes more wider. It makes this more light. Okay, so that's Securism. Okay, now let's go to the next one. The next one is called contouring. So where we use circles of lines to create our shading. So let's have a look at how it works. Contouring. So it's simply using contour lines to create your shadings. So let's have a look at it. So the closer the lines, it shows where our dark is, and the more the lines are being open, it shows where our light is. So you can see I have more contour lines here. It means there's more dark at this area, and as it goes, it's open up, so the light at the top. All right, our next shading is going to be Scribbles. So let's have a look at this. Scribbles. Scribbles is just similar to the Securism. In a sense that the Securism have a way of shading where they follow one direction, but with the Scribbles it's just randomly shading. So you can see the lines are more different. So let's have a look at how it is. And also the same format. So where there's more light, it opens up, and where there's more dark, it gets closer to each other. Okay, so as you can see, this is the Scribbles. Now the next one is going to be the dotted shading, where we use dots to shade. The dotted shading. Dotted. Dotted shading. It's a form of shading whereby we use dots in shading. So the closer the dots with each other shows where our dark is, and the more you open up the dots shows where our light is. works. So let's have a look at it. So you can see I put the dots closer. So the more closer it shows where the light or the dark is, where the dark is. So as I open up the dots, it shows that there is more light. Okay, so that is how the dotted shading also looks like. Now the next one that we're gonna look at is the short dashes. The short dashes. So short dash. Short dashes. This is a kind of shading where we use short lines to create our shading, short lines, and it also follows the same format where more short lines together shows our dark area, and where more light is thrown on the artwork have a lot of short lines with a lot of spaces. So let's have a look at it and how it works. So this is our short lines. Short dash. So as I open up, it means it got more light. So where the lines are more closer to each other, it shows our dark area. Okay, so that's how it looks like. Okay, the next one that we're going to look at is the zigzag. So zigzag shading. Zigzag. So the zigzag shading is also a kind of shading where we use zigzag to shade. So where there's more zigzag close to each other, it means that's where our dark source is. And where the zigzag is more open, it means there's more light there. So let's have a look at how it works. So you can see I'm giving my zigzag. They are very, very close, so it shows where our dark source is coming from. So that is it. You can see that. So beautiful. So that's our zigzag shading. Then the next one is called the 3S. 3S. It's simply a kind of shading where it looks like using 3 or S together to form your shading. So it's just like using these two letters or alphabet or numbers to do your shading. So you look at it, it looks like S. You look at it, it looks like 3. So let's have a look at it. Let's try and see how it comes out with. So the same format where there's more 3 or more S, it means it has more dark source. Okay, so that's how it is. And finally, we're going to look at the last one, which is normally the common next shading. Like everybody would love to use that kind of shading. It's called the blending shading, whereby it has fine grays of shading source from the dark to the light. So let's have a look at it and see how it also works. That's the last one that we're going to look at right now. So let's see. So it also follows the same format. The difference is it's more smooth, it's more nice, and a lot of people love to use this kind of shading. The more the light, it have to be more softer, and where there's our dark, then it has to be more stronger with a lot of pressure to get your dark source. And a lot of people love to use this blending shading. It looks beautiful. So you can see my dark source have more dark, and as it comes to the light side, it becomes more lighter. So a lot of people love to use this kind of shading. So as you can see, so this is how it looks like. This is called the blending or the blended shading. So blending. Yeah, so that's the blended shading. All right. This is the end of our review on how. This is the end of our review of all the different kinds of shadings you can ever think of. And I hope you enjoyed this class. If it's your first time joining us, kindly subscribe, like, and share. And also you can press the notification button, so whenever we drop any new video, you will be the first person to get it right away. So not wasting much time, hope to see you in our next episode, episode 4, and I hope you will never regret our lessons. Thanks for watching. See you. Bye. Boom.